morning. How are you? My name is David. I'm one of the owners of Oak Hill Cafe. We are in we call it Space Lab. This is a experimental space where we kind of bring ideas and then play around with concepts and dishes. So this is a space we're allowed to think and talk, and then use a little bit more science approach in what we do here. So we have a different tools that we use through these processes. That means this is just for tasty menu. This is just for us to play around to understand different compounds and different ingredients. Even we play with techniques. So some of the stuff that just remain here, they never get back to the kitchen, but it allows to kind of understand what can we do in here and what can we make those happen in the kitchen without using this space. So the way we work here, when we work with tasty menus, we have these two boards. They call the like two sides of the brains. We call this this is kind of like a mind map concept. We don't do it that way. We just kind of like break it in pieces. So when we work in tasty menus or anything or any recipe, it breaks down by ingredients, and then we go into concepts and cooking techniques, and then we break down even into equipment that we can do and use, and then tools that we can do that, and then resources. That means we look into books, websites, other restaurants, what they do, and then other places, even talking to people, and then going to the farm, and then the ingredient is always the driving force for us. So no matter what we get as the carrots has to be the main component. And then the way we lay out is trying to lay out as much as flavor for a carrot. So we're trying to figure out how many techniques we can apply to a carrot to put it back into carrots. And then we decided to put a country, so that sometimes we inspired by countries. So we can go into Japan and see what they've done with the carrot, and then how can we kind of like do it in this area by using inspiration from other countries and other chefs. The special ingredients, so this means like hydrocolloids, which is used in the food industry. They're what we call them food additive. We use it in this kitchen, not too many, not too much. I mean, we use xanthan gum, which is very used right now in baking, as well like wart gum and agar, and then other ones. But we're trying to kind of label that here so it all fit in one single idea. This is slightly the structure of our tasty menu. So we always make a fermentation drink here. No matter what we do here, it has to be a fermentation drink. So this one we're trying to do a sea bean fermented cordial, and then we go into snack, appetizers. This is mean palate cleanser. So after you're done with this one, you eat something, then just kind of wipe out your taste buds and then reset again. Main courses, pre-desserts, and desserts, or petit four. So this is the way we work, and then we work even detail more techniques here. So when we trying to figure it out like a way to use root veggie, we can highlight here all the techniques we're trying to use, and then this is equipment, and this is other concepts like yakitori is a way that it's a Japanese barbecue concept. So it's like a very narrow barbecue. They just skewer, and it's a very nice way to cook meat. So this menu is going to be yakitori mixed with our Oak Hill concept. So right behind me, this is a big vacuum sealer. This is the baby that we use to do kind of a few techniques. We don't use it that much right now because we have to write hazard plans, but we're allowed to kind of play around with techniques here with this. If it works, if it doesn't work, we're trying to figure out what we can do with this. This is a freeze dryer. This is a commercial one. It's a company called Harvest, right? And they came out with this model. It's a lot cheaper than a normal lap freeze dryer. Normal lap freeze dryer is about $10,000, even could be at $250,000. This piece is about $4,000. And then we have this kind of fancy. We call this it's a pressure cooker called Uku. Uku is as I said, it's a pressure cooker, so it allows us to do all kinds of things, all kinds of different techniques. We can make fermented garlic here, we can make black veggies, we can make anything here. We can make infusion, fermentation, all different things. And this is our one of the favorite tools is the rotobap. This is to do distillation, so we can distill any flavors. But most people think distillation is how always has to be something that you drink like liquor or like spirits. So no, you can distill in water. So you can extract aromas from the ingredient by applying pressure and heat, and then you can have a broth like looks like water to change the perception. This is all to kind of play around with ingredients, and then this is a centrifuge built by a guy in New York. His name is David Arnold, and we use it to spin oils. To when you make green oil, the way we make green oils here is just take oil, heat it up to 285, and blend it with the greens for a minute, and then you leave it, and then the next day or the same day, you put it right here. By spinning, you separate the oil from the let's say the mass or the puree, and then you have a beautiful green oil, which is you're gonna see later on the recipe. And this is a big dehydrator we use in the house. This is not the normal kind, not that expensive. And yeah, this is our kitchen, let's say one of the brains in the kitchen. And we love books, so we have about 500, 600 cookbooks here, all from science and chemistry and physics and everything else. And you can see here, this is when I work in tasting menus, there's always a set of books on my side. I always get inspired by other chefs. So I looked into different ways to do things and treat it, so that way we can kind of come up with our own recipes. Yeah, this is the kitchen.